Hi, welcome. This is the Decibelles Podcast. We're all about Black women, supporting Black women. And this show was brought to you by Black Music Canada. You can follow us on all social media platforms at My Black Music Canada. I'm Ade.
I'm Breanna.
And today we're going to talk about, first of all, our artist of the week, who is Leah Kloud. Her style is kind of like cloud rap, opium type of rap.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Wow, fitted name.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because of her name. But yeah, cloud rap, opium kind of sound, kind of like Lil Uzi kind of.
Playboy Cardi.
Yeah. So we have a clip, so you want to listen?
Yes, I do.
They have yet to understand why I be the way I be through all the hurt. I kept a smile, and I had to take a break just to find myself some peace, just to feel free. I ran some miles. I keep me away from my enemies. Please do not let them step where I step.
So what did you think about that?
I thought it was good. I thought it was catchy. I got lost in it pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah.
So that's great. And the cinematography, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Videography?
Cinematography.
The look of the music video was really good.
Yeah, I like the vibes. And the beat, too, is amazing. I'm excited to hear more from her.
Of course.
For sure. It reminds me a lot of...
BK the Ruler.
But yeah, BK the Ruler and kind of like Destroy Lonely. Those are like artists that are really in that like cloud rap kind of vibe.
Yeah. BK the Ruler, weren't they trending on TikTok like a year ago?
Yeah, they were. She had like a few songs blow up on TikTok. I feel like every song she brings out is always kind of like blowing up. I remember this one called Tati. That one was really popular. She was even the opener for the Pink Panthers concert I went to, and people were going crazy. So it's nice to see her like really doing well and blowing up.
She had that picture with Pink Panthers.
Yeah.
Was that at the concert? No,
that was after the concert. Yeah. So I think it was Ice Spice visited, and so did Tyla, and they had like took a photo together.
Yeah, a photo which BK the Ruler was not featured in on a lot of different
news outlets.
News outlets, media organizations. They were cropping her out like crazy.
Exactly. We have a photo of like the original photo that they all took together, all four of them, looking great. What outfit would you say is your favorite?
In the photo of all four of them, Tyla, cutest outfit, I will say. BK the Ruler as well. I know you liked Ice Spices because it matches the Y2K, Juicy Couture kind of look.
But I also like that it's a skirt too, so it's a little different, but it's definitely that vibe. And BK the Ruler's outfit too. I wear that on a daily, to be honest, so it's kind of the stuff I wear. But yeah, I love this photo. But yeah, it was
the full photo.
Yeah, the whole photo. It was interesting to see what's been portrayed in the media. Can we talk about the fact that also they
left her name out?
Yeah, but this is also a more professionally taken photo. So it's
that's true. Actually,
BK left or something, and then a professional photographer took this photo, and now it's being distributed to news outlets. Like, why
like that one was on the phone camera.
Exactly.
And then when she left, they're like, oh, pull out the DSLR.
Yeah. Now, she's gone now. Let's
let's put a little effort into this.
Why
put the flash on? I mean, of course they would put the flash on though, because as a lot of people were saying on Twitter that this seems to be a sort of light-skinned squad happening.
There's a trend.
How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I can see why people are saying that. It's interesting that like the photo that everyone's seeing is the photo with the lighter skinned artists versus BK the Ruler, who's a
lot more brown skin.
Yeah.
But not even by that much.
Not by that much.
In this photo, in comparison to Tyla, that's the same shade. That's like two Fenty shades away from each other. Very close together.
Very close together, but she was left out. Now, some people would say it's because she's less popular, but it is like, if you look at...
It's still like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because,
you don't need to crop her out.
Exactly. To even the fact that these 3 artists are like some of the most popular artists right now says a lot about, you know, like lighter skinned artists, female artists, and how they're favored.
They are favored over the darker skinned artists, and that's why people were bringing up Flo Milli in the conversation in comparison to Ice Spice, and how, well, you know, Flo Milli, some would say, has more depth to her music and has a lot more flow. It has a lot more energy, especially because we all know Ice Spice can be a little shy on stage, but you know, in the recent Coachella performance, she did a really good job. Still, however, a lot of people were saying, you know, the only reason Flo Milli isn't as popular as Ice Spice is because Flo Milli is
darker skin. Because I mean, Flo Milli, I mean, she has so much talent, and she has a unique sound. She has like a lot going for her. Her songs are always popular. They're always a hit. Like, I don't think there's one that isn't. Obviously, Ice Spice is fun, and she's I like her music just as much as anyone else. But just the how fast she blew up, and how long she's been in the industry compared to other darker skin artists,
like Flo Milli or even Doechii.
Yes, even Doechii. Like, I was saying that I've been listening to Flo Milli since like 2019. Her songs have always been kind of like popular, but like herself isn't really that known. Like, I still hear people being like, oh, she sang that, oh, she sang that. Like, she's not known as an artist, whereas Ice Spice, she blew up from one song, and then next minute she's at the Grammys.
Definitely. That's true. Has Flo Milli gone to the Grammys?
I don't think she has. It's kind of ridiculous. That's why some people might say that Ice Spice is like an industry plant, but in my opinion, I don't think she's an industry plant.
Do you believe in industry plants?
I kind of do, a little bit. I do.
They only apply to lighter skinned people.
Oh no, I don't believe that. But
do you think a darker skinned person could ever be an industry plant?
It would be a lot harder.
So it wouldn't be an industry plant.
Because I mean, it is. I think a lot of it is based on how you look and how you put yourself out there. So
I think they're definitely selling a look.
Yes.
A lot more than they used to. Back then, it was definitely a lot more about like music,
exactly,
and stuff, and that was also just because we had less technology to make things sound good. So like, you literally had to sound good. But nowadays, there's a lot more workarounds. There's a lot more tech, and with TikTok especially, because that's where Ice Spice started trending, blew up. It's a visual platform.
Exactly. I think that the thing is, it's also that we care more about the image or the personality of the artist, while
like
back
the aesthetic.
Back in the day, it was like sometimes you didn't even know how the person looked. That you were like, you could think this person,
you wouldn't even see them until like you went to their concert.
Exactly. You could have, this person could be a whole white person, and you thought they were black this whole time. So just the way things are these days, how you look and how you portray yourself is very important for. So in that way, you could say some people are an industry plant. But yeah.
So you think nowadays, with everything becoming more visual, we're starting to see the effects of, dare I say, racism, colorism.
Definitely
colorism within the Black community. Crazy.
Very crazy.
And that is part of why, you know, Flo Milli doesn't get as much attention as Ice Spice, even though she says that she doesn't want to be brought up in these conversations anymore.
Yeah.
Because you got to stop using her as a think piece on Twitter and just start talking about her artistry the same way you talk about Ice Spice's artistry or Pink Pantheress's or even Tyla. Just talk about how good they are, how much effort they put into their music. You don't constantly have to throw into these, you know, dark skin versus light skin debates. Like,
yeah, it would be nice to hear people just listen to her music and, you know, review her music instead of comparing her to lighter skin, because that doesn't really help her.
No, it doesn't. And that's how you make her popular. You use her music on TikTok, and you actually talk about her, and you actually talk about her personality and her outfits, because she's always got a look on.
She looks great all the time. And yeah, I'm just happy that now she's finally getting some recognition. Like, but her most latest song that blew up. I'm really happy that people are knowing her for who she is. And yeah.
And I hope we continue to see that because I love her music.
I love her music
I'm going to go to her concert.
So what do you think about on the flip side with guys, guy rappers, like dark skin versus lighter skin?
You know, in the music industry, especially the rap industry, which is very, you know, heavily black led, we still hang on to the notion that lighter skinned is an feminine thing. It effeminates you. It's preferable in women versus darker skin. That's preferable in men because we equate darker skin to masculinity and we equate lighter skin to femininity. And it's ruining the black community. Guys, it's tearing us apart. Okay? Well, in this dark week of being a Canadian that's close to Toronto, I think we see the treatment of lighter-skinned rappers in comparison to darker-skinned rappers, but I know you have something to say about that. What counts as lighter-skinned, Ade?
Honestly, lighter-skinned, the term lighter-skinned, that could be anything, but if we're talking about like light-skinned, brown-skinned, dark-skinned, I feel like that's more reserved for, you know, like the black community.
The black community,
so
which Drake is apparently not a part of,
not
according
fully.
to Ade.
Hey, wait. Don't put words in my mouth.
He got a foot in.
Because, I mean, if you look at even his experiences, he grew up in a, you know, like a
suburban
community. He's an actor. Like he
doesn't have the black.
Yeah.
Should we say black experience?
The full black experience.
People are calling Drake light skinned when back then we would have just called him biracial or mixed, but we're co-opting him into the black community, which is actually what Kendrick Lamar was addressing, how Drake uses blackness, or I guess full blackness, specifically American blackness, to sort of profit off of and sell back to his fans and his audience, when in reality he is a biracial kid from the suburbs. We found a tweet that basically summarizes what we both believe and hold near and dear and true to our hearts. The reason white folk think Drake won is because even though Kendrick was speaking directly to Drake, they felt personally attacked. K-Dot said, "You a culture vulture who only uses blackness when it's profitable. Stop saying the N-word." And that hit a little too close to home for some of y'all.
Even the fact that he's lighter skinned, you know,
because he's half white.
Because he's half white. We see in the industry that he is being treated.
He gets made fun of a lot more in comparison to darker skinned rappers like Kendrick Lamar. No one's coming for Kendrick Lamar about his blackness, obviously, because he kind of embodies what Drake raps about, right? He is the subject of Drake's music.
That was a bar.
Thank you. And we actually saw someone talk about this on TikTok where they were talking about how basically lighter-skinned rap artists who are female, they get a lot more attention than the lighter-skinned male artists.
Yeah.
Is that what she was saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like a reverse, basically, where light-skinned female artists are seen as like popular and seen, that's what is sought after, but then on the flip side for the males it's more the dark skins, right? They're taken more seriously,
right? Do we even know any other light-skinned rappers?
That's the thing. If you want to, like, who else is there?
And I think she was saying how like you guys like to attack Drake and make fun of him for being lighter skinned, but this is exactly what you look for in the female rap artists.
Exactly, which is very ironic.
It is ironic. And we're gonna play her clip right now.
At the risk of sounding like one of Aubrey Graham's defenders, at the risk of sounding like an Aubrey's Angels, at the risk of being a Drake defender on my public social media page, I need to say this. I need to get this off my chest, and I need for us to discuss it. There is a very sick irony in the fact that Drake gets mocked for being biracial, but he is the exact phenotype that they would want in a woman. If Drake's name was Dorinda and he was that same complexion, even if he had the same features, let's be honest, the beauty standard for light-skinned people is so low. Like, you could genuinely be ugly and you could call yourself pretty. Don't try to get funny with me in the comments. But like really for a lot of people and society, it's just enough that you have blue veins. We all know this. I can say it.
But is she wrong? What do you think?
Honestly, no, she's not wrong. She's definitely right.
She is right.
She's definitely right.
Yeah. Tell him why, Ade.
I think it's something that's been just ingrained in the Black community for so long. Like,
to like lighter skin
exactly
artists, especially in women, because it means that they stray away from the masculinity that comes with darker skin, apparently.
Just the idea that the closer to light skin, the closer to white is better. That's the, what's it called? That's the root of it all. Like, if we're really looking at it.
It's just the proximity to whiteness.
Which is sought after more in women. I think it hasn't always been like this with the men, I feel like. I feel like back in the day,
it used to be more scary, I guess.
Yes.
More like darkness equated to being scary. But I think it transitioned to just masculinity, because I guess to some people they go hand in hand. Like masculinity, it's like aggressiveness and like, you know, whatever. So I think that's why we made that slow transition to be like, you know, a better society. And
I mean, for men anyway.
For men.
It's like dark-skinned men are now like the most sought after, when back in the day they would be called, you know...
we don't need to get into the
I'll get into it. You know, like African booty scratcher.
Wow.
Gorilla. You know, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
But now they're like the most, like everyone wants a dark skinned man. Like they're like, give me that chocolate, you know, that kind of stuff. even with white women, you know,
especially with white women. Yes. Are you joking? And can we say some people think that the Black men like that? Guys, we're gonna wrap this up now. But like I said, homework for this week: find one light-skinned male rapper. Please, male rapper. Do not slide me a man that does R&B. I don't want him. I want a rapper through and through. But thank you again for listening. You can follow us on My Black Music Canada, which is the same on all social media platforms. This has been the Decibelles, and we'll see you next time.